Not first to bend in wheelie bars in the that's right. Oh, no storage of power, no. Back at the moment. Yeah, I know, it sounded like no ending. Yeah. Chapter 3. Come out the car all the way down the track. Hold, racing up to 3/4 an hour. Concentrate upon race by about 500 pounds in clean-up material. Loving the wheelies on the high top there. He's getting ready to burn out as well. You too see along the side. Wow, man, that goes talking louder than what Mr. Budog was doing earlier. There we go, should be a bit better. We saw a nice arrow straight run from him earlier. And he ran through with a 10.60. And it's Simon Cooley, I think is how you pronounce the name, with buyer's remorse. It used to be known as no remorse. Let me just roll through stage there, just being pushed back behind the line. Well, we've got a blue light waiting, Jason away waiting patiently, but yeah, okay, they're both being called forward now. And if I can find where I put my shoes this morning, time to lose the welly boots. Quite warm out there. Who would have thought it would be this pleasant today after yesterday's nastiness? Arrow straight run through again. Well, that's 60 with a 10.67. Car that I recognise. Mark Bracken, yes, a new car out early part of last season. And just people Justcampers.com. Round now. Especially something, well, this looping. So there are several ways and they're interconnected whereby if the engine shuts down, the chute automatically deploys, and if the driver deploys the chute, the engine automatically shuts down. The most important thing to remember about this particular car is that it is a racing vehicle. It's not a demo car. Roger always chastises me if I say that. And as such, he likes to cut a good reaction time, usually 0.3 or better. I've even seen him cut a 0.0 light. Oh, by the way, jet cars are very noisy if you've never seen one before. Of show with the afterburner on this car. It's very much about forever going faster and quicker. So watch for the reaction time. Roger seems to be staged ever so slightly pointing towards the centre line. He's very quickly. And in the right-hand lane, we saw him out earlier. It is Ian Huggett. Ian Huggett in the blackout car. I mean, treating this as though it's a semi-final. Only a bit burned down there. And notice the difference on the tree, folks. These cars are bracket racers, so they have a sportsmanship. Cars, golfs and such like, right from the very, very early days. In the Sub 11 motorsports machine down there right lane, with a dial-in time of 10.85, it is the aforementioned James Thompson on the side. The Ford Not Built car, which I believe was being renamed. Mr. Burrows. Run as close as you can to the time you think your car's going to run. Fellows, Type 4s and homebrew turbo in injection kits. In the right-hand lane is Stuart Hodgson in the Street Poker drag mud. And I mentioned earlier that's the car. But great to see that back there with the VW competition. So that runs through with a third roar at the wheel off. And Jacob Bailey in the MP Developments back Jetta. Beautiful light there for Jacob. He runs back on the 1299. No, quite a long way up there with a 1365 and 11.76 for the fastback. I'm still with VW Pro. I've got a funny feeling I might have said VW Sportsman earlier. And 11.
Jay, don't go any further than that, stay here.
Okay, so the car did strike the tyres momentarily, but I think he was back down into running a long mode as opposed to burning out mode by the time he got to the track. So he would have warmed up and cleaned the slicks okay, but not necessarily laid any rubber down. That's where he no bother really. Check out passes usually the order of the day when it's the first one off the meeting. Just about to get run over. Say, possibly the longest serving member of the WDRC who has raced over the entire period of his membership as well. 9:35 gnarling on the back of the road legal car. He usually drives it down from Chester. The 9:35 folks. And I love that machine. 967, 146 miles an hour. I think Helen at number 12. Woodward. Pandora's box splitting. Dialing in with a 620. You see the crewman with a board there holding up the time on there. It's perfectly acceptable. Not that time it couldn't lead in the left hand lane. It's Paul Phelpston. 16:41 in that lane. Somewhere in the midway. 48 close to perfect, and being perfect, and taking some money to Eurodriver.com in association with both Gold Derby and LA.
There's loads of people wearing
offering money for a perfect life, so it's 0.000 reaction time or a perfect ET. Ian Petrie and Henry the Wasp. Watch this thing change gear, it's brilliant. It's not doing it anymore. Starting with a 1450 in the yellow box, will run through with a 1447. So that's that. And Frank Hoffman, and if it is Frank at the wheel, this is brilliant news. He suffered a horrendous industrial accident at the tail end of last season. That's just wonderful to see him back at the wheel. And if it's not Frank, if you're around and about and it's just your car out there, that's just as good news. Now, Bob's asking Joe just to hold fire for a minute. Now I can actually see spotters out at the top end of the track. Go on. Very good, very good. Man, sunny and a bouncy happy tune. Oh no, problems with Joe Gallagher now, where he's just sat waiting patiently. Fingers crossed they can do whatever they need to do and get him back out at the back end of this session, and it will count as a qualifier. So here he comes, it's on. Car, it has to be said, it's looking splendid these days. Shite. And he calls the car white track. Here comes the rookie. Anton Burrows down there in the carbon gear.
Haven't seen many carbon gears this weekend.
No. 3.4 litres. And ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Colin Lazenby. Thought you might like that. Keen followers of Drag Racing. When Colin suffered massive tyre shake which broke a four-legged rod end, which sent the axle sideways and he plowed into the wall at Punjab 2 years ago. Last year they had transmission issues. Earlier on this year did a follow-up, and I didn't think they'd be ready for this meeting, and nor did any of the competitors. Intermediate H Automotive, LA Racing, Bart Street Eliminator, Series. Sorry. Definitely the quickest car in the class here this weekend. And in this qualifying, he changed the number 2 in the championships. Jeff Means down there with the Bobs had a checkered couple of seasons. He was running down into the 8.3s last year, and then chassis tube went away, tried everything, shot combination, tire combination, you name it. The car recently has been hooking up, has been running arrow straight. Lazenby on his first return earlier on this season ran an 8.20 straight off the trailer. A purge of nitrous, but only 2 purges going there. The split speed running wing, no rear wing at all now. Interesting. And up against Mark Todd. A new man to the class this season, but previously had huge amounts of run with your experience. Out on all 3 tracks, does a lot of running up at York. And been suffering for not getting any boost. It looks really quick than that. Good mile an hour there, 155. Now, Martin has sold his turbo that he did have on. He's done a brand new combination. This would be his 3rd or 4th meeting. And here he is, ladies and gentlemen, writer of note, it's Hans Christian Andersen. Alright, it's not, it's Mats. He's from Sweden originally and has been living in Gloucestershire for at least the last 15 years. Can you imagine the accent? You want to have a chat to him, he's the most charming and lovely accent. He just wanted to race Street Eliminator, wasn't bothered about winning races, had a reserve big engine that he was going to put in, but played around with small ones. He's the current leader in the championship. He's been doing brilliantly well with getting 0 nights in competition. Not backing off the top end. Well, a 979 Jamie Murdoch, exactly the same way as the Japanese engine and body cars did with the HKS Drag Series. We saw 2 10-0s on a marginal track earlier. Could this be a 9? And if it is, will it be a 9-8? Oh, that's impressive. Runs through with a 10.19, 136 miles an hour. Being hot in that Nitro FM as we go back into our next session. And news from the race director is we've got Outlaw Anglia, we have Super Modified, and then Street Eliminator in this session of qualifying.
So we've got some big time drag racing, guys. This is not Run What You Brung now, this is a proper race class. As much as we love seeing the Run What You Brung stuff, this is going to be very special. If you haven't seen these guys run before, imagine the power these cars got in nice short wheelbases. It's a pretty awesome sight.
And the thing I said that I'll do in a little while earlier, we've had various reports of being too quiet. Now we have had a few issues. We've got a lot of technology going on this weekend. We've got fibre optic links from the big tops. Yeah. We've got radio mics that are interfering. But hopefully a session of 3 for the Outlaw Anglias.
Whoa, what a great launch there,
Simon Marlowe from earlier, but he's got a kid. I would say off the grandstand then. Banking will come to you shortly. So, quickest in the last session with an 860. Now, look at
little like Dave to the way. the Kick energy drink sponsored Corvette. And I think when I saw Craig go through in the Obsession Camaro that he's got a Kick energy drink stick on it
Yes,
as well.
now see, when I read the press release on Eurodragster.com, the place where sensible people interested in drag racing check every single day. That's not too subliminal either. I thought it was a deal for Mike Kerbishley, who I don't think is actually here this weekend. However, it would appear that the entire class has been sponsored by, now it's JM or something like that, but anyway, the Kick Energy brand is the one that they are here to promote. And I'm pretty darn sure I've seen this in Tesco's. I think it is widely available. It's perfectly acceptable.
It kept us going today, that's for sure.
Almost perfectly acceptable, I think. Not such a overpowering taste as one of the most established energy drink brands. Goes down rather well. So, Craig Gibbs, currently our number 2 qualifier. Nigel Payne, it's not actually saying that he made a pass in the last session. I think the front there. Well, for a while it was well as it is about anything else. So we've seen both cars wheeling in earlier on in the day. Bernard Duberry, currently number 2. I just keep saying it like that because that sounds like Dino Don pronounced it. And Dave Dinning had the wheels up in a massive way and the car moved right when it ran in the left-hand lane last time.
Oh, he runs him by there. Dave Dinning's roll forward. Wow, consistency for you. Another 10.
At the wheel, brilliant to see the man out while he's looking down to check the group, make sure he's not out there, somebody else driving for him. No, it must be. He did suffer a very nasty accident at work last year, so it's wonderful to see that. Pete Blazers with the 30600.
Another man waiting for his wheels to happen. Yeah. Bang, bang.
Well, you can see and gearbox on board this machine. And it's essentially, Mick wanted a bulletproof, just the right side of 1290 and he's not so bendy, isn't he? And Mick runs through, smiling I should imagine, quite alongside the right side of 1299 as far as he's concerned, but at 1265, 107 miles an hour, and we move into B&H Automotive LA Racing Street Eliminator. Now, sorry, go on, mate. I was going to say, normally, he races a Mini in the Euro Sports Compact. He used to race in this class in the most ugly late 70s, early 80s Chevy Malibu. It was disgusting, but it was quick.
That's all that matters in drag racing. It doesn't matter what it looks like, as long as it's done the job.
Well, true. Anyway, detail.
But I have to say though, yeah, Jeff Mead's car is probably the opposite end of that spectrum. It's an absolutely gorgeous pop. Got Matt Anderson in the Opel GT alongside him. Oh, very unlike Jeff there. Runs the record.
Matt's way off the pace he's been doing of late. Runs through with a 10.89 on his last session. It was a 10.15. So Matt late on the lights as well. I think because he saw the red, he completely forgot back off and take it easy.
And then Bailey with a little bit of movement there from Jeff as he was going down the track. Basically he was looking across.
Yeah.
You'd be amazed what these racers take notice of. To me, I'd just be hanging on, my eyes pinned on the horizon, but these guys really do have to pay so much attention to stuff. Look at that.
So, 2 of the rookies in the class. Brand new car in the left-hand lane. Davey Murdoch works out on the oil rigs. And, well, let's say after that horrible accident with the Puma going down earlier on in the year was more than a little pensive. That was just a couple of days before his first ever championship round. And Mark Todd, he is competing in the Street Racer Series and moved up to Street Eliminator and had that main man again, John Sleeve, put a twin turbo set in there, and he was regularly running 9th, and then totally randomly enters MSA competition for the first time. The first 2 meetings could not hold boots. We're looking for whoa, look at that.
Still doing what he's doing down this action. So what's he going to do now? He's going to go to park it. He's still going. The old 360 end on there. Into another one. And another one. He almost into a concrete block there. Give a round of applause, Terry Grant. Give the camera a wave. Congratulations, sir. Make sure you get that footage up on YouTube. Mud Jam 2009. Terry Grant. That was nice. Right. What can you add to that then? They've been sat there an hour and a half. I've just been sprayed. Do I care? Do I help? Terry Grant. Next time, can I get some shower gel first? It's been at least 3 days since I've had one.
I'm sorry. It's just that I can't help myself. You're leaving yourself wide open. Sorry.
You are a complete kid at heart, Terry. I've learned that over the years, that's for sure. And, well, who cares? Mud Jam, mate. Put on a show. So those guys have been sat in that queue for an hour and a half. We're now enjoying some sunshine here at Sound Pod with Terry Grant. And we've still got a bit of a way to go yet. Remember, we've still got the monster trucks after this as well. Right, what are we going to go for now then? Aha, it's prop time. You really did get me very well with that puddle then. So this is where we're going to attempt. And then we're going to try some plate spinning. So this is where Terry, he learned this trick a few years ago whilst doing some circus training. He also does a mean trapeze as well. I was just saying about how you learned this trick a few years ago in the circus.
I did well, yeah. I was packed off this program a few years ago. And this is one of the things that they taught me to do, which was spin plates. So it's my own little interpretation of plate spinning. I was going to bring my unicycle, but unfortunately I haven't got it here.
And the race suit looks so much better than the clown suit as well, mate. Just face it.
I'll leave it.
He's got me again. I'm just opening the comedy doors and he's just slamming them in my face. Well, that's the first way. You could have done with a weatherproof suit. Yeah, check it out. It is a bit windy. So then, who can plate spin here? Has anyone anyone actually given this a go? Put your hands in the air if you've done some plate spinning. So we have a couple of kids, funny enough. Do you want to have a go? Not quite tall enough, unfortunately. Right, so plate spinning is hard enough. But plate spinning in the wind whilst trying to drive a car as well. Right, drink. He's going to give it a go then. See, I'd say I'd give this a go, but I know I can't even do it. So I'd end up smashing on his plates. So there's 3 plates on the go now. Yep, back in the car. Let's make some space. Right, 3 plates are spinning. So Terry is now donutting a 1200cc Legend. He is also spinning 3 plates, and he is also trying to deal with the wet and the wind as well. Oh, give a little top up. Remember, his hands are wet, they're covered in oil and rubber and fuel. And now he's going to stick a pole onto the Legend whilst it's doing a donut and try and get another plate up as well. Oh, nearly one now. He hasn't smashed one this weekend. Bizarrely, he's managed to damage 3 of the cars, but he's never actually broken a plate. So here he goes, now up on the Legend. That player spinning 4 plates, spinning whilst doing a donut in the wind and the rain whilst it's wet. Terry Grant. That one's still going. It's off. So the Legend quite happily spinning away there. That's the one
that he smashed an upper control arm on yesterday. This one he ripped the bumper off, and he ripped the back balance off the TVR as well. Right, let's see where he parts little legend then. No reverse gear in these legends. Rolls into place. Well, hey, the Pisani, you've broken a couple of cars this weekend, but you haven't broken a plate. So you can have your dinner tonight then?
Yeah, and I can have 3 pets, so I'm fine.
Excellent. Right, let's get some folks down here then. Rona and Louise, thanks for your help. You're going to be human targets. Right, he's going to get you to stand here. And Terry, this one tried to stitch her boyfriend up without him knowing, alright? Not being funny. Exactly. It's payback time. Yeah. There it is. All those nights, all those long days when she was giving you the grief. Oh yeah. How badly damaged do you want her? Badly. Alright. We'll leave it so that she can still perform certain tasks, okay? Excellent. Dean, he'll do it. Well, he'll pay you, I think, anything right now. Right. He said he'll do it for a tenner, but I think he's just going to do it for the love. Right, so we got Rona and Louise. Rona looked quite excited up in the crowd. I'm not sure that she's still so convinced. Louise was all up for stitching her boyfriend up. And now she's going to learn what it's like to have Terry Granto and Dana very close. So right now, it looks like Terry's getting quite close, but now he's going to move in real close. So stay nice and still. Because if you move, he will catch you. Yeah! Don't move. Don't stick your bum out. He will clip you. How's that then? That's probably closer there. Look at her for car control, eh? Mere inches off her little feet. Get her. That is your turn. There we go, parked up. Terry Grant with his car control. And of course, the lovely Rona and Louise. Give her a round of applause. Sorry mate, we'll try harder next time. We will. Thank you very much ladies. Have a great afternoon.
That was cool, wasn't it? It's so difficult in the wet, especially on the surface like this because there's oil and water and everything. So fair play to them for being brave.
I was going to say, mate, I'm very glad we said that after they walked off. They didn't realise quite how dangerous that was, did they?
Yeah, it was. To be honest, only the first.
Coloured tyres, when he starts doing the burnout, it's starting to dry out a bit. Hopefully we'll be able to get some smoke out of them. And Terry will be able to put on some good stuff for us. So he's going to warm the Evo up, and then I think he's going to start really properly throwing it around. Looks like a virtually standard Evo, but it's in fact very, very highly tuned. His car cost nearly £100,000 to put together. You can see what he's doing there, just touching the handbrake. What he's actually doing is seeing how grippy the surface is. Builds out the lag. You'd have heard that on rally cars, the anti-lag system. She builds the boost up, so it's permanently on power, and into a launch. So properly into a nice 180 J-turn there. And braking it, drifting it right up to the edge of the concrete block. Moving around a lot on this wet surface. Makes it harder to do it when it's wet. Nothing is really a problem. Big, wide, sweeping 360s. See the construction on his face. Oh, that was very close there. The back end of that Evo properly coming around further, maybe. We're up for a lovely. Here we go. We're starting to get smoke out those tyres. Starting to get a bit of a hit to them. Big, wide, sweeping 180s. Literally just overhanging the end of the run there. See if we can get it to oh no, he's going to go stay with the 180s. What he likes to do in this car is the four-wheel donuts. And it takes quite a lot in this wet surface to throw it into that to make it move. And it is very wet out there. Can he get it to sit on the spot? Here it goes. Starting to spin on his own axis. Look what he's doing. He's getting closer to the concrete. Closer and closer. Splattering on the side there. Yeah! I wouldn't even dare do that in an open car park, let alone up against a barricade of concrete. Yes! That's what we'd like to see. A round of applause there for him. You can see what he was trying to do was he's throwing the car in, trying to get it to go into that spin, and because it's so wet, the car is just wanting to slide. Right, he's actually put the windows up, though. Maybe get a bit of spray going on in there. How was that, Terry? You were having some fun trying to throw it into there. It's keep on sliding, wasn't it?
It slides so much, but to be honest, that was quite fun for me. Like, where the box were, and I knew where I wanted to end up.
Look there.
So we were on passenger side.
So we've all got one of them. We can actually say he does. He's now back in the Legends. Working out what he's going to do. Same thing about it. Same knows how he flicks the steering from side to side, what the car does, how controllable these little Legends are. Out of the car. Now remember, it's wet and it's slippery. And literally you can see the moisture on the top of the car there. Oh, little slip. And another little slip. Foot in the hoop. No, he's not quite happy with it at the moment. Oh, he's going to go for it without the pole. He's going to go for it without the pole. Seriously, folks, look at him. He is genuinely struggling with that. Come on, as he comes round, when that head goes up, give a round of applause. Oh. You can always tell when he's really, really trying, because the eyes don't come up. He's genuinely focusing there. Fair play. What we're going to have now is stunt where he tries to go wheel to wheel. Donuts in two cars at once. So, he's going to line the TVR up, bring it in, front wheel to front wheel. Like we say, it's very wet out there. The car's sliding a lot, but look, he's getting to within a foot. I've seen him get wheel to wheel before. He's having a lot of trouble the way it is going. So I think what he's going to try and do is work the wheel off there on the TVR. Up on the TVR. Get your hands in the air, give a wave. Lots of smoke going out the back end of that now. No safety nets, no crash helmet. Look at that! That is literally... He's just parked that with about an inch and a half to spare. Blask, he's good. He is good. So now, back in the Legend. We've seen the Evo, we've seen the Legend. Understand, well away from any pummel-based action. Get up here on one of the scruffers that we're going to kill for the final time. Oh, in alongside. That was even close on it, hey? How close was that, Terry? Another 4 or 5 inches later, gentlemen. Terry Grant! How was that then, mate? You had a good weekend at Bug Jam?
I've had a great time. It's such a shame about the weather, but to be honest, it never dampens anyone's spirits. You get wet, you stay wet, you have a laugh. What the hell?
Keep on the move and keep enjoying yourself. So when are we going to see you next then? And what about this Terry Grant stunt school then?
Yeah, the stunt school, that'll be open hopefully in the next few months here, so just keep logging on to the website of Santa Pod, or just drop in an email if you're interested and ask for some information when it's available, and I'm sure they'll get back to you.
Excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, for one last time here at Bug Jam 2009, have you got anything else to do for us? Do you want a bit more? What do you reckon? You up for it? One more car? One more trick? Yeah, come on, the sun's come out, eh? I think they want some more, Terry.
These out of the way. Just move these out of the way, and it's Bug Jam. I'll bring Herbie out.
There it is! Let's get a bit of Volkswagen action on the go, eh? See, that's our health and safety officer driving that car. That's why he drove so close to me. It's like that. Yeah, I can. I'll knock you over next time. They nearly finished with me for this weekend, so Terry actually drove into me yesterday. Pulled a handbrake, turned the beat on the side swipe me. So that's how expendable I am. All I am is a mouth, a gob. And let's face it, probably record it, edit it out, all the crap, that'll be it. Nice little J-turn there. Now this is a virtually standard Beetle. You can see the brace bar down through the middle of the windscreen. Oh, very nice, Terry. I did honestly think you were going a little bit too fast there to cut those on.
No, I wouldn't risk it in a wet. I'm likely to take the kneecaps out.
Yes, you would, and it wouldn't be out on a date, it would be out for life. So, right, the Beetle. It is a virtually completely standard car, isn't it?
Pretty much, yeah. Apart from obviously it's been herbified for the kids, so it's got a mind of its own. But other than that, yeah, it's a dead box. I think they're a 1600, but I'm not up on engines and stuff.
Don't even know what size engine it is. Got the TSW rims on it, one of your sponsors. And what are you going to do? What can you do with this car?
Well, it's Herbie. It's magical, isn't it? And Herbie's been telling me earlier that he's seen the Honda up on two wheels and he's jealous. He wants to have a go.
So Herbie wants to get up on two wheels.
Yeah.
And that wouldn't be the back two wheels, the front two wheels. It's going to be side on, isn't it?
Side two wheels. Yeah.
Which is even harder because they're only on one side of the vehicle.
Yeah, exactly. And you're running on the sidewalk, so yeah. And you shouldn't really do it in the rain.
And Terry, looking at this, your tyres are. I mean, these are road tyres, aren't they?
Yeah, dead box road tyres, yeah.
And they're completely bald. The sidewall, where you can't, there's no writing on the sidewalls where they've been worn away by you doing stupid stuff.
Yeah, it's completely gone, so there's not a lot left in them, so they can even blow out halfway down.
Well, Terry, let's go and find out what's going to happen, because, you know, it sounds like when we're talking, it's like, ooh, something might happen. That Honda there, 2 years ago at Bug Jam, it was raining, he put it up on two wheels, it went over on its side. So, bad stuff does kind of happen, you know, we're not faking, he is literally pushing it as hard as he can right here. So, who wants to see Terry on two wheels? Alright. So do I. Now, I had the pleasure of going out in the Honda yesterday when he got up on two wheels. It was not a very pleasant experience. That ramp is a lot higher than it looks. And when the car goes right over, make sure you have a good look, because it's riding on the sides of the tyres, catching the alloys. You also realise that the wind is going to be lifting the car as well. So he really does have to think about this very hard. So a little bit of a run up. So we got the thumbs up. Right, folks, stick your hands in the air. Let's see if he can do it. Two wheels, Terry! Here he comes, nice and steady. Lining it up. It's up. It's up. He's going to hold it up there. Is he going to make the full length of the arena? It looks like he might. Look how the wind's catching it. He's having to correct. It's right over on those sidewalls. He's going to drive into the crowds. Of course he does it. Parks it up. Guilty. The crazy thing is he does make it look all so easy. Give yourselves a round of applause as well, folks. You've been amazing. Seriously, you come from all over the country, all over Europe to come and see us here at Santa Pod. We do love you for it. Terry Grant.
Thanks, guys. The weather's been pretty poor, as you all know, but we had a great day yesterday. Thanks for all hanging around. Thanks for coming and supporting not only me, the monster trucks that are on in a minute, so hang about for them guys. UK FMX. I mean, we have a pretty difficult job sometimes, and to be honest, when you lot are up there enjoying yourself and making a bit of noise for us, it makes our job really bloody easy. So thank you very much. Hopefully I'll see you all again sometime. Cheers.
Terry Grant. And as Terry quite correctly said there, They are genuine, they feed off you guys. They need you to scream and shout, okay? We want you to enjoy yourselves as much as possible. That's what you're here is to have a good time. So whilst Terry's tidying up the cars and putting them away, I can see Rob up there in his fire suit, getting ready to get into the lightning truck, doing a little jig. I think he's Drew. Drew's already on board by the looks of it. Is Drew up in there? Getting ready to get into the lightning truck, doing a little jig. I think he's Drew. Drew's already on board by the looks of it. Is Drew up in there? See? Listen to these V8 motors when they rev up as well. Literally, it's almost instantaneous. And they wow, wow. And you'll see them as they come to do the jump. It won't look like they're going speed, then they'll literally got it. And the engine will rev up and throw the truck up in the air. So what Drew's going to do is do a couple of laps for us, warm the truck up. You can see they have 4-wheel steering. They have an electric steering mechanism on the rear wheels to mean they can travel on like it is now. Listen to old lightning in the corner there firing itself up. Rob's a bit of a showman. Even though these guys are teammates, there's still a bit of rivalry going on. Here he comes sideways across the track. Look at how it kicks up in the air. The big retaining straps on the suspension, making sure. Look at that. Oh, Rob is stepping up for a good show. This last show here at Jam 2009. These guys do driving these trucks. They take them all over Europe. Look at that, wheel up in the air. Rob is properly getting amongst it. I'm going to run across the track. Oh, I'm now caught in the middle. Drew's going to go for a bit of donut action as well. He's only on 1200 brake horsepower. Oh, we've got a bit of smoke out the engine there. Try and get the track into the donut. So, here comes Rob. Rob's got another 600-700 brake horsepower in this thing. So he really can chuck this truck around. And remember, they really cannot see what they're doing more than about 20 feet in front of them. They've got water on the windscreens. Right. I think it could be jump time by the looks of it. Who wants to see a monster truck do a 15-foot jump? Of course you do. So Drew will line it up now. So when you look at where his eyes are, he's looking up in the sky somewhere. He can't actually see these cars at all. So what he's going to do is line it up so he can ensure where he lands is on the cars. What he's aiming to do is land square on the cars and not bounce off to the side like he did earlier on. But we're going to need to count him into the jump as well. So when we get the thumbs up, got the thumbs up, right. I'm going to count down from 3 and I want you to join in with me and then shout go, okay? So on 3, 3, 2, 1, go! Seriously folks, that was not intentional. He wanted to land straight. He did not want to bounce off towards one of Terry Grant's ramps and the cameraman. Wow. Now we saw the other day Rob came down through here. Uh-oh, here comes Rob. Jesus! Ay caramba! Sweet hammer of Odin! My grandmother when you have an 1800 brake horsepower monster truck coming towards you with a crazy Welshman on board, you stand back. Right, now you know what's going to happen, don't you? We're going to need you to count him in. Waiting for the thumbs up. Right, we have the thumbs up. So I'm going to stand right back on 3, 2, 1, go! Oh, that's interesting. So both these trucks now flying up in the air. Both of them landing on a huge angle. Maybe this first car here is so bent out of shape. The way they take it off, it's flying them over. So just like Drew is now coming in for another jump. Drew, the European Monster Truck Racing champion. Once again now, all he can see is the vehicles at the far end. So when he's happy, it's a serious business. Yep, thumbs up. And come on folks, let's really make some noise. This is Drew's last jump of Bug Jam 2009. On 3, 2, 1, go! Seriously, these guys are properly pushing it. That is not intentional. They don't mean to land on 1 or 2 wheels. They want to land these things nice and square. Damn! Give Drew a round of applause as he comes down the far end there. You can see him. Big old drift there. The windscreen covered in mud and water. He can't see a thing. That's it. Give a round of applause. Right, here comes Rob. That's such an awesome machine. Remember having these toys as a kid? Big monster truck toys. I think he might try and do a donut for us. Starting to get a bit sticky out there. Look at it go! Yeah! 1,500 brake horsepower. It's like all your Christmases came at once in one huge box. So Rob now lining it up on the 4-wheel steering. And this will be Rob's last jump of the weekend as well. Rob, for all you monster truck fans, also races a truck called the Red Dragon. Right. Yeah, we've got the thumbs up. Okay, folks, let me hear the biggest amount of noise you've made all weekend, alright? On 3, 2, 1, go! Left it in! Up and away! Ring it in your ears. Let's stand right back. He's coming our way again. Yeah! I love this. Look at when he guns that thing, you feel your eardrums banging away. Oh, hello, Drew's coming back out now. Yeah! He's parked it. Ladies and gentlemen, Rob Williams in Lightning, and in the Santa Pod's very own Podzilla, the European Monster Truck Champion, Drew Thornton! All Awesome show there from the guys. And you know what? I'm quite sad, because that is the end of the live action arena here at Bug Jam 2009. So I'm going to ask a stupid question. Have you all had a good time? That's very British. I like that. But I'll tell you what, whilst we're all here, let's all give ourselves a huge round of applause and a huge scream, alright? And let's send ourselves well on the way to next year's Bug Jam. Come on, put your hands together one last time for all yourselves. You've been legends. We love you all. Thank you so much for coming out and supporting us all here. And I'm very glad to hear you've had a good weekend. Do you know what? Screw the British summer, screw the weather. We're the only winners around here. Enjoy yourselves, and we'll see yourselves next time.